Did you know that there is a program in Ontario that can help you buy your first home? Today, we're going to discuss the Homeownership Program, also called the Homeownership Assistance Program, what it is, how it works, and how you can use it to buy your first home. Just a quick disclaimer, this video does not constitute legal or financial advice, but provides general information, and all the things that are discussed will be linked in the description. Chapter 1, Program Overview. The program will assist moderate income rental households in purchasing affordable homes in London or Middlesex County by providing eligible home buyers an interest-free forgivable loan of over 20 years covering up to 5% of the purchase price to a maximum of $25,000. The homeownership program is obviously meant to help people buy their first home. This program is funded by the Ministry of Ontario, but it's actually administered through the different municipalities. The money that is given to this program is meant to help people pay for the down payment of their home, like of the purchase of the home, not for like renovations or like the purchase of land or anything. They call it a forgivable loan because if you meet all the criteria even after you're given the loan, then you may not have to give it back. But if you fall short at some of the criteria, then you will have to pay the loan back. There are two separate requirements for the loan. There's one part where you have to meet certain criteria in order to be given the loan. And then the second part, after you're given the loan, is other set of criteria that you have to meet in order for the loan to be forgiven. Chapter 2, Eligibility. Applicants must be at least 18 years old. Applicants cannot currently own a home or a residential property in whole or in part, including a recreational or cottage property. Also cannot be living in a spousal relationship, including a same-sex spousal relationship, with a person who owns in whole or in part a residential property, including recreational or cottage property. Total household liquid assets cannot exceed $100,000. Maximum house price is $500,000. Maximum gross income limit are $95,000 for a single person and $115,000 for a family. Total household income includes the gross income of all household members aged 18 and over. Applicants must be a renter in London or Middlesex County. So each municipality has different criteria. So definitely look into the municipality that you're either in or the one that you want to move to before you decide to apply for this program. Since the program is administered through the municipality, then that means you have to purchase that home within the municipality. So you can't, let's say, apply for London and then purchase a home in Muskoka. It has to be within the municipality that you apply for this program. This program is clearly meant for people who are first-time home buyers. So if you have owned any other property or have co-owned other properties or things like that, then this isn't for you. This is very narrow category of people that they are helping to purchase a home. The program also is meant for people who are like currently renting and purchasing a home. So if you are one of the many people who live at home and wanting to purchase their own home, this unfortunately does mostly count you out because it's people who are currently renting, and so you may have to, find a rental before you can apply for this program, or if you want to stay home and live with your parents or family members and save up the money that way to purchase your first home. This program is clearly meant for people who are middle class. They use the term medium income, but that basically means people who are middle class. That doesn't mean you can't apply if you are low income, but again, you still have to have a steady stream of income. You have to also have a mortgage and have the ability to pay the mortgage because they're not going to give this program to people who have a high likelihood of foreclosures. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, and I'm hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Chapter 3, Long-Term Criteria. In addition to the program eligibility requirements, the term of the loan includes provisions to support the ongoing sustainability of the funds and the discharge terms, including a declaration will be provided for applicants to review and sign, confirming their understanding of the repayment terms for the capital gains portion of the agreement. If the applicant decides to sell the home or if it's in default, the principal of 5% capital gains, if applicable, must be repaid. If the home is resold at a greater price than the original purchase price, the purchaser must pay 5% of the capital gains. On the 20th anniversary, the loan is automatically forgiven if no event of default has taken place. Again, each municipality has different rules, but from what I can see, the general consensus is that this has to be the first home for you and your partner, and you can't have had owned or partially owned anything before that. You also have to live in this property. To truly make it a forgivable loan, you have to live in it for 20 years minimum, and so this is something that you have to consideration and decide, like, where can we reasonably want to live in for 2 decades in order to make this loan forgivable. For a lot of other criteria that I've seen is that you have to make sure that this is your primary residence, and so you also have to make sure that this is not something that you are like renting out or making money from, because that might, jeopardize the condition as well, unless you honestly don't mind, paying back the loan over time, and you just need the money to help you purchase your first home. But if you want it to truly be able to forgive, you have to live in it for 20 years. You have to make sure it's your primary residence, and you have to make sure it's not something that you are going to turn into an Airbnb or any type of rental property. And obviously there's some people who might think that the 20-year minimum for it to be forgivable is kind of excessive, but you have to think, this is government money, so therefore it's taxpayers' money. So you're asking, your fellow citizens to help you purchase a home. And so I think it's fair for them to say that they want that home to be a forever home and not just a stepping stone that you then, 5 or 10 years down the line sell and then turn for a profit and then move on. Unless, again, you don't mind paying back that loan. But if you want something that is truly a forgivable down payment, then I think that is something that is very reasonable. I also think it's fair that you can't, rent out the home and you can't turn it into Airbnb, because this isn't a business loan. This is a loan to help people buy their home and become homeowners that otherwise may not have the opportunity in this economic climate that we're in. So if you are wanting to create a business, that's great, but that's something that you kind of have to pay for out of your own pocket. And same thing if you want a cottage or something that's a weekend home or secondary home, that's something you have to pay for out of pocket. This is meant for people who need and want money to help them purchase their primary home that they're going to live in for the long foreseeable future. So if you like this video, please don't forget to comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you next week.